must succeed. Let's make sure history never forgets the name. Enterprise. Guard out.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Greenville, I am calling battle station. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Good luck.
Stand by.
Ready. Commencing calculations. Turn me there.
Across the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Got a lock onto his coordinates.
And for my next trick, I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them.
No, sir.
Ah! All 13!
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Good evening, guys. Oh, that's off. Anyway. Oh, I've got my secondary water bottle over there. Let me put it here. There you go. I am a bit screwed. Yeah, I am, late to the party, as it were. I've literally just skidded in and sat down. Sabbath is ending a bit later now, so I have less time. It used to be like 3 weeks ago. I'd have a good 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes between Sabbath and between doing the show, and so I'll get acclimatized and have a quick look at the news and see what's going on, see if anything happened. I mean, I had a glance, like nothing jumped out, right? Nothing was like, whoa! Right. Yeah, I guess time is getting shorter now. It's only like an hour and 15 minutes. And oh boy, does the times change. Because it goes with the sun up, sun down times, right? So it's right now. Sabbath is going out starts at about 4:45 in the afternoon and goes out about 5:45. 25 hours later. Now I'm offline, all through that time. But as we move through the year until we get to March 22nd. By the time we get to March 22nd, it gets to Sabbath is going out at 6:30, and I might need an extra half hour. I might need to stream at 5:30. Right, I'm 2 hours ahead of you. Kind of important detail. Anyway, I digress. So I had stuff to do. Rushed here. Right, my mouse was dead. I hadn't charged it. Right, so I was like, what do I do? I don't know. It's like such a weird thing that you can't use your computer because your mouse is dead, right? So I have a graphics tablet, right? Yeah, with one of these pens. So I was using that, right? And I connect the mouse up and see it's at 18% now. Anyway, but then I have another computer which I my older one, around the corner. That's been off for ages, so I didn't know if that mouse was charged in any way. Anyway, I rushed, I got it. Thankfully, yeah, it's at 30%. So that and my regular one is now charged up to 18%. We should be okay, baby. We should be okay. And I think that's actually a truism throughout reality. We should be okay. I think it's all turning around, right? I really, genuinely do. Remember the guy I had on? Who it was an okay guy, right? It wasn't like the crying guy. Oh man, he was crazy. Man, that guy was crazy. If you don't know, if you didn't see it, it's so weird. There was this guy who I made really mad. I said, "Well, do you want to come on the channel and have your say?" And he did, and he was like, I don't know. There's a Jewish word called nebuch, right? And it is what if someone's a nebuch, they are they're not able to do much, right? You can see why these people live on government benefits. One of that type of person, and God bless him. Let him live. I think he deserves government benefits. I think he's crazy, right? I don't think he's capable of working, right? I think we created a world where he is incapable of working, but that's a whole other issue. Anyway, Not that guy. So that guy, by the way, was so weird. He made a sock puppet identity to try and get on the show again. I was like, what the fuck? And that's after I like cut off all contact with him because he was a weirdo. Oh, mate, was he weird? I'm not joking. Like, I don't know. We were talking over Facebook Messenger, right? And I thought I said a nice message, and he loses his shit. Actually, sorry, that's interesting segue. Interesting segue. Because I think I had a life-changing moment last week, and I didn't really realize it at the time, right? But yeah, I think I had a reality-changing moment last week. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, okay. So you say these in Judaism, right? When it's the anniversary of his death, there's during the prayer services, you say there's a memorial prayer, and everybody who's either in mourning, like it's in the 11 months after a loved one dies, or it's the anniversary of their death, you say this memorial prayer, right? That one, right? So if you ever been like that. Where and this pisses a lot of people off. Like people have their spot they stand in synagogue they go to where the chair is, right? Mine's right at the front, so I look like the schoolmaster, right? And it's and as is right and proper as everybody else is my moral inferior. And oh god, I wish I was joking. Oh, would I? Honestly, I would really love to be joking. Anyway, what can I do? It's not even like it's an opinion. It's like it's a fact. It's a it's a reality statement. It's not an opinion statement. That's what I meant to say. So anyway, so the person who leads a prayer service is right next to me, and oftentimes somebody who is in mourning leads the prayer services. So the guy leading the prayer service happened to be a guy in mourning. He's like an older gentleman, very normie. Like if you get normie and turn up to 20, yeah, super normie, right? Very much like Jewish law, right? A thing called halacha. This is the way, right? Very much like there's that kind of guy. Really gets into that sort of stuff. I think maybe somehow his type of person misses the wood for the trees. Anyway, so it comes time to say this memorial prayer. I hear him. I think he started. So I go, yes, good night, and he looks at me like I've raped his wife. He looked at me. He was not happy. Right? I thought, what's going on? Right? And then right after that, 2 minutes later, after the rest of it, he's like livid at me that I didn't wait for him to start, and I was louder than him, and he's the chief mourner. I was like, okay, I'm very sorry, and I literally said that. Whatever. I mean, whatever. Or very like, let's just move on, right? He can't move on. He's like gossiping and like shouting about it. It's the weirdest thing, right? So I turn around to him, and he's on the other side of the synagogue right now. And I said, "Look, I thought you started. I'm actually quoting myself. Saying, I thought you started. I'm very sorry. I think we should move on." Right? No, but he's gonna look. So I'm like, really, Mr. Guy, because this guy was one of the. Okay, so we had the synagogue who was my the rabbi who was my nemesis from 5 years ago did an unspeakable crime, right? And everybody knows it. That's why you can't speak about him in public, right? I've explained it so many times. He violated the laws of speech in the worst time humanly possible, like the most sacrilegious way possible. Really, he did. I like it's very. It's more than I could possibly have imagined, right? And all these people, it was very tribal. And his supporters all had like tons of egg on their face, right? So they so we haven't been able to speak about it ever since. And mentioning that guy's name, right, is just verboten. So I turned around and said, I think we should move on. Right? No, he won't move on. I said, really? Okay, let's not move on. Can you explain the filth that came from your rabbi? Blah! He broke Jewish law after Jewish law after. I know he loves Jewish law. And the thing is, he can't say anything because he knows I'm right. Right? Jewish law after Jewish law after Jewish law. And you had nothing to say then, did you? Right? So, and he's completely crushed by it, right? He is. He's like, I'm like, I think we should move on, right? And I sat down because I studied in the morning. And he's like, that. Literally, that's what happened. I'm not even joking. I'm like, whatever. Okay then, right? I went, why am I going to fight with him, right? But here's the thing. It really did me a lot of good, right? It really did me a lot of good in a lot of ways. Firstly, because you weren't able to say specifically, and this is the weirdest shit, right? It's very much like when Biden debated Trump, and he was like, Trump demolished him, right? I will say, Kamala did get his goat at the beginning of that second debate. That was a shame, right? But I tell you, the good Lord's in it for the Trump. By the way, my prediction for the immediate future is unlimited success, right? I honestly, that he praised God, right, for him being there, and he's there on a mission. He's on a mission to make America great, right? Make America better again. He believes he's saved by God, and me too. Hey, look at his story. It's a messianic story. I'm sorry. If you want to put I'm just thinking it now. It's an epic biblical story, right? I'm talking. It's very Old Testament, right? It's you had this wealthy man, real estate, and he was mocked, right? And he was mocked mercilessly by these disgusting elites, right? And from that he decided to take him on, and then he went the journey he's been on, right? His first term, which doesn't really count, right? As we're about to see, because the second term is crazy, right? His first term where it was hamstring all the way. Now, boy, you see what a quick learner he is. I mean, really, mate. He's done more in the 4 days than Biden did in 4 years. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Anyway, I digress. It was like when Biden debated Trump, you couldn't have the pretense. The reality was broken that Biden was sharp as a tack. That's what it is. And it was this unspoken agreed reality. Biden sharp as a tack. That was a legitimate thing to say. And that was shattered, right? And so me saying this thing, me saying, because nobody can argue with me, because that's what happened. And we all saw it, right? That's why we're not allowed to say it. So I say back to him, right? Yeah, anyway. And since then, the reality that there was any legitimacy for the people who supported that guy. Most of them weren't bad people. They're just idiot authoritarians, right? But to see there was no legitimacy to it, it's a bizarre shift in reality. So for me, that's good. Anyway, good morning, whoever is doing now. This is indeed what they were. Blimey, that's a 15-minute preamble. I didn't even mean to do that. I thought I was just having a bit of thought we're 2-3 minutes in. I thought we're just warming up, baby. Oi, vey. Okay, fine. I didn't talk about anything I was going to talk about. I can't believe it. Okay. What was I going to talk about? I had a whole list of things in my head. Oh yeah, I should talk about on the stream tonight. Yeah, what was that? I was reading quite a good book called Star Trek. I was going to talk about that. Reading quite a good book called Star Trek Phase 2 by the people who do, those big oversized, coffee table books. And this is the Star Trek that never happened. That became Star Trek the motion picture. And the gestation of that is really bizarre. Most bizarre bit is when they had the movie budgeted, it went from 5 million to 7.5 million to 10 million, and the scripts are going back and forward, right? But when Star Wars came out, they pulled the plug because they said, there's not that's fulfilled the audience for sci-fi. Nobody's going to want more sci-fi. And that's really what they said. That's just crazy, mate. That is absolutely crazy. Anyway. Well, that's it. Man, I had so many things line up. I'm sure they will occur as we as we go through life, as we go through the stream. But so anyway, I haven't really seen what's been going on. Well, you know what? Let's start with that. Let's have a quick look at the news roundup. Doink. What was that? Oh man, Section 31. I am halfway through that. So last stream, right? I finished way early, right? I finished like an hour and 15 minutes in, right? Because I was reading articles about what's it called again? Star Trek Section 31, and it's awful. It's killing me. Like I can't keep my eyes open. And that's really what genuinely happened. I could not keep my... It just wiped me out. So I saw it then. Well, I haven't seen it all. I've still got 40 minutes to go. I saw 45 minutes of it before Sabbath. And boy, was that 45 minutes wasted. It's just... okay, so I went into it watching thinking... It's obviously going to be shit as a piece of Star Trek. I mean, obviously. But let's try and judge it in its own merit, right? Let's try and judge it for what it is and see if this wasn't called Star Trek, would I like it, right? And so my son, who's just outside Gaza right now, sent a picture of him with a couple of mates. Really? Okay, sorry, I was distracted. No, what was the start? Oh yeah, Section 31. Oh God. So would it be any good? Is it okay? No, it's not good. It's what we call bad, right? This is just a pre-review. I'm doing a deep dive review tomorrow, right? Where we'll go through it in painful detail. Now, it's so fucking dumb. That's the first thing. Okay, it's so fucking dumb. This would have worked if it was a 1980s cartoon in the same vein as Masters of the Universe, right? In that weird, and it wasn't Star Trek, right? And then it would be like, well, that's okay. But it's Star Trek. Fuck. And it was written in cliches. It could easily be written by AI. And AI could probably do better. I really genuinely think okay. So it's like Ocean's 11 Star Trek, essentially, and they introduce the crew at least 3 times. Like we have the cyborg, they have that like the walk, where they're introducing each one. Like literally, they have it like 3 times, right? Where they go through who's who, and it's I mean, sadly, it would be a good idea if you had a functional Star Trek working, and that's really the key that all franchises are missing right now, right? That if you had a really great MCU that was still doing what MCU was doing back in Captain America 2, Prime MCU, if it was still doing that, there was room for a She-Hulk show. And people would even watch She-Hulk show and go, that's fun, right? If they had that goodwill going on, right? If there was a great central Star Trek show, there would be room for this, right? I mean, done competently, which is this, and it's so cheap. Oh fuck me, it's so cheap. Oh, there's like a set was supposed to be like a space station full of people. There's like 4 or 5 extras. It's pathetic, and they're moving quicker, so you can't, miss. They seem like more of them. Oh fuck me, it's really bad, right? Michelle Yeoh is good in it. She's good in pretty much anything. She's a class actress, and she knows, and she's able to do the action scenes. And I'm surprised how good that was. Like the fight, the action scenes. But it's written it's just written in cliches. It's awful. Okay, it's like they tell stories differently in trailers to how they do in the movie, right? Do you remember Casino Royale? They're like they're on the train. There's Eva Green said, and if you lose Commander Bond, the British government will have directly financed terrorism. And then in the train, they go, like that. And then, but in the movie, and of course, Miss Commander Bond, you understand, if you fail, you will have directly financed terrorism. It's like low, right? Like, no, it's all like the trailer, like you can add that twang every 10 seconds. It's shit. Oh, it's shit. It is. It's. Oh man, they're making that instead of anything else. I mean, it'd be better if they just picked their asses on it, and I shouldn't give them ideas. They'll do that on OnlyFans. The problem isn't, and Tim Paul was saying this, and I agree with him. The problem isn't that OnlyFans is legal. The problem is that OnlyFans is acceptable, right? We really should be in a society where it's a shameful thing to do pornography. But no, that we don't live in a society where it's shameful to do pornography, I don't think is a good thing, right? I think it should be shameful to do pornography, and I don't think I'm radical about that. And I'm not like, okay, if you're doing porn, God bless you, right? That I genuinely, I've got nothing against you, right? But like, it should be more unusual than it is, right? It should be shameful, right? Unless you're the type of girl who like, I'm a porn star, right? And God bless you. Here's the thing: you had normal people here, porn stars, right? Now a lot of those normal people are doing porn. I want to stop the normal people doing porn stars. You keep doing porn. You make money however you want, right? I don't judge. But I don't like the normal people doing porn, right? I like the porn stars doing porn. I think that was much better. I think the world was a better place then, right? One can only hope. But let's have a quick look at the news, then we'll get to the chat. I wonder if we're going to get copyright stung for it. I don't know. Oh, I bet I triggered a bunch of people with my latest thumbnails. I'm really quite happy about that. What's going on? Who's all these people? BioShock and BioShock Infinite Director. I played the first BioShock. It was okay. More than that, enough already. I didn't like it when they're suddenly in the air. I thought that was stupid, right? Robert Eggers is following on Nosferatu with a... Okay, he's doing good, apparently, Robert Eggers. I haven't seen Nosferatu. I may see that at some point. James Gunn plans on using separate owners for Elseworlds and DC. I am way on board with everything James Gunn is doing. I'm sorry, I am totally sold with the James Gunn right now. Right, I love Creature Commandos, and quite frankly, I loved Suicide Squad, and Peacemaker. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy as well. Right, these are all very good. I like James Gunn. All right, unreservedly, I like James Gunn. I think his very good character shines through everything he does. Right? I'm trying to think, what is the unifying force? and he's got a very good character, and it shines through everything he does. And I think you can say the same for Taika Waititi, but he hasn't got a very good character, or at least he did, but you saw his character get corrupted, right? Sadly. I like this idea that they should be branded separately. I agree with him, right? I do agree with him. And honestly, I would love them to see them do a Gotham by Gaslight movie in that brand. I think that would do gangbusters, right? Ben Affleck led Gotham by Gaslight. That could be awesome. Oh, now I really want to see it. I love Gotham by Gaslight. Nothing is interesting me in any way, shape, or form. Wolfman director Lee Wano is content with leaving The Invisible Man as a standalone movie. I can't imagine gluing more into that. Okay. The Big Finish Invisible Man was very good, by the way, with John Hurt. I do recommend that. So, Luke, refresh. Star Trek Voyager and Starfleet Academy actor Robert Picardo calls Elon Musk a dog. Oh, you schmuck! Robert Picardo, you schmuck. Oh, and you're in one of my favorite scenes of all time. What's the name of that movie? What's it? Robert Picardo playing a rabbi. Let's see if I can get it out. Robert Picardo, Rabbi. What movie is that from? It was a great movie. Yeah, this is it. Hell Caesar. Okay, the plot of this movie is they're making, it's in the 50s, and they're making like a biblical movie. And it's gone to a panel of priests and one rabbi for some unknown reason, right? I'm just must have got put on the call sheet for that. The reason they don't know. And Robert Picardo plays the rabbi.
Gentlemen, thank you all for coming. I know you have parishes, flocks, and temples making enormous demands on your time, but I'm sure you appreciate also the great masses of humanity look to pictures for information.
Really, this is Hell Caesar. It's such a good movie, right? Let me just get to Robert Picardo. It's so weird that he's there.
Realization. You realize, of course, that for we Jews, any visual depiction of the Godhead is most strictly prohibited.
Oh.
But of course, for us, the man Jesus Nazarene is not God.
Aha.
This is one of my favorite scenes of all time. It's just, I don't want to get chorus. I don't want to do the whole thing.
God or God Christ. You could say that again. The Nazarene was not God.
He was not God.
He was a man.
Part God.
No, sir.
Rabbi, all of us have a little bit of God in us, don't we?
Well, it's the family.
That's such a great reaction. I want to point that again. It really is. It's played so well.
He was a man.
Part God.
No, sir.
Rabbi, all of us have a little bit of God in us, don't we?
Well, it's the family.
Okay, this is just me enjoying it. Oh, I'm so sad he's being a schmuck. Do any other Robert Picardo bits? Yeah.
Rubles. God has children? What, and a dog? A collie, maybe? God doesn't have children. He's a bachelor and very angry.
No, he used to be angry.
What, he got over it?
You worship the God of another age.
Who has no love.
Not true. He likes Jews.
God loves everyone.
God is love.
God is who is.
This is special? Who isn't who is?
But how should God be rendered in a motion picture?
God isn't in the motion picture.
Then who is Todd Harkhouse?
Gentlemen, maybe we're biting off more than we can chew.
So anyway, I hope that piqued your interest to go see that movie. It's really good. Man, what's the name? From the 21 Jump Street movie, he does a song and dance number in that. That man can move. Channing Tatum. Oh, that man can move. Oh, you schmuck, Robert Picardo. No, he didn't, asshole. Dark Horse Comic drops Neil Gaiman and cancels Anti-Boys graphic novel. Yeah, I was reading Miracle Man, the first book in his run today. I'm going, Guess we're never going to see the end of this then. I mean, for fuck's sake, really? What did he do? Yeah, let's look this up. What did Neil Gaiman do to get cancelled? Okay, yeah, thank you. What's going on? Well, what type of sexual misconduct? Okay. Do we know what they're saying he did? I'm sorry, I'm behind the gun on this. So I'm like, who gives a shit? Game of Six was denied allegation posting on his blog. I'm far from perfect, but I have never engaged in non-consensual sexuality with anyone ever. I think he probably believes that. Was it one woman who had been babysitting Gaiman's 5-year-old child alleges that he offered her a bath in his garden before joining her naked in the tub, asking her to sit on his lap. That he sexually assaulted her. That must have played out very differently from his point of view. I don't think he realized he was. I know. Well, the article states that the accuser had at some point played along with Gaiman's desires to exhibit a so-called him as master, continuing to communicate with him. The women alleged the consent to specific BDSM activities which they took place had not been discussed and agreed on. Well, I mean, you know, again, you would have to like work into this. You can't just start out with that. You're like, but I guess you also got to ask beforehand. Like, listen, this is what turns me on. Is this out of line? If it is, we don't have to worry about it. All right, but like, you know, give them. If I'm just trying to work out what's on the smorgasbord, right? What's out there. The accused at some point, blah 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 blah. Games representative told us that sexual decorated bondage and dominated sadism, masculine will not be to everyone's taste, but between the kids, BDSM is lawful. I agree. Okay, so he's in the BDSM. He's a dom. Okay. I think probably in his head he didn't think he was stepping over the line, and it was all consensual. That's what I genuinely. Right? I don't know though. No, I've never done anything like that, so it's really hard to put myself in that position. Right? But anyway, fuck off. Can I just read Marvel Man, Series 2, Book 3? That's all I want. I want this the Dark Age, right? Yeah. Miracle Man, the Dark. Can I just read Miracle fucking Man, the fucking Dark Age? Oh God. Get over it. Captain America Brave New World box office expectations already in decline. Yeah, fuck me. That's looking like a bomb. Starting section 31 is so bad it hurts my brain. That's fair. I can't argue with any of that. That's all fair. That's a fair critique. Let's see Cosmic Book News. Oh, fuck off. Why are you putting money into this fucking movie? Star Wars Daisy Ridley gets another. You just burnt through Stephen fucking Knight. What's wrong with you? It's really annoying. Like, stop with fuckwits. Oh God. It's like, you got to put the dog's face in the poo. No, Kathleen Kennedy. No, in the poo. Right, and don't tell me you're into that shit. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Really? Why are you still putting money into that? What's wrong with you? I mean, look, you got to understand this. The first one was okay, but you fucked up royally. You got to scrub the deck and move on. This episode 7 onwards. Get rid of this shit. What is wrong with you fucking morons? I don't understand. Oh, do you hate money? Fuck me. We will pay you money to do shit we like with the things we like. You dumb fucks. We will not pay you money to lecture us with your fucked up weirdo religion politics bullshit. Oh, with the things we like. I think that's a fair statement. Tzvi Lebetkin reads the news. Something's getting strawberry critic fans. I understand that. Resident reboot in the work film. Bob Barrett, I don't care. Suits LA, Troy, don't care. Fuck off. He looks like that. He could play Sinestro. That was smart. Buffalo Bills Super Bowl curse lifted prior to Chiefs game by smoking pan. I don't even fucking know. Okay, I don't even think I care. Amanda Stenberg, fuck me, is playing a princess next Friday. She's always playing a princess, a bratty one. Almost well cancelled. Who could have guessed? Batman Brave New World, less than Quantumania. Fuck me. Which was less than the Turtles. Oh, fuck me. You are doing bad. I like this kind of Robert Zemeckis films they've been doing. That it's been pretty good. Evidence uncovered of EA boosting again. Okay, fine, don't care. Sector 31 goes boldly, goes nowhere. How do you put in your ranking of Robert Zemeckis films Contact is number 1? Are you fucking kidding me? What? I'm sorry, I was just a little bit taken aback by that. Do I have a full list of their movies? What the hell? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't planning this, but I think we need to investigate. What? Fucking kidding me? I don't be wrong. I'm not one of the people who hate Contact, but it's not the. Oh, fuck off. Okay. What's the one before? How can is there a? The Robert Zemeckis films, right? Why can't I have a list of them all? Honestly, why can't you just give me a list of all of them? No. Back to the Future is better than Contact. Fuck off. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is better than... Yeah. Castaway. Okay. These ones make sense. I'm not sure they all make sense. Never seen Allied. Don't have no idea what it is. Gotta check that out. Flight is fucking awesome. Oh, love Flight. Oh, that is such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend it. Denzel Washington, one of his best roles. Oh, Flight is on Back to the Future. I love Back to the Future 3. Beowulf is, yeah, Chris will go, yeah. The Walk, never saw it. That's a top 10. I like Forrest Gump. I mean, I can't say that, is the ones I haven't seen are worse than it. He did Romancing the Stone. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, man, that's got to be higher up. I love Romancing the Stone. Back to the Future 2 is also going to be higher up. What's going on? Pirates didn't like that. Welcome to Marwen. Yeah, no, I didn't see that because it didn't look very good. Man's had a long career. Pinocchio, I didn't see it. How's this DC movie ranked? Okay, fine. I think we reached the end. Number 21. Okay, well, that's an interesting take. Fine. I don't really care. Fine. With that, let's get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I think there's nothing new happened in the world. I didn't say anything new with Trump. There's so much Trump going on. I'm in a Trump overload. I really am. Thank God this story saved my life. Oh, not this story. Okay, this thumbnail I hope triggered all the right people. Like everything. This would make your wokey lose his fucking mind, right? And a funny. So, again, I was telling you somebody's having back and forth with me on the comments. Nice guy, but he just believes all this. Like, oh god, the things the anti-Trumpers believe, and I feel bad for them. I'm like, dude, everything's great. Relax, everyone's happy. Trump's numbers are through the bloody roof, right? They're They're insanely high. I think he's up 18 points. I think 13 in aggregate, but I think 18. I might be 30. In one poll, he's up 31 points. Right? That's crazy. Okay, that's very, very, very good. And, and what? Because he's just doing normal shit that people want. There are only two genders. Yes. Enough with this bullshit. Right? Deporting illegals. They're getting on planes now. Oh, it's so good to see. Right? It is so good to see. Oh, have a nice day. And it's like people are like acting like it's the end of the world because they're getting a ride home. Are you kidding me? Like some stranger comes over. Is it, can I hang out for a while? Like, okay, fine. Hey, dude, you got to go. I got to go to bed. It's like, no, I want to stay. No, I'll give you a ride home. And you got to go. But I love this. It's like thumbnail design to trigger everyone. Right? I realized I didn't have tonight's thumbnail in there. Duh, where is it? Where did I put tonight's thumbnail? Did I put it in my general thumbnails folder? I guess I did. Look at that. It goes over here. Is that the one? There you go. Anyway, if that didn't trigger them enough, this one certainly did. The first one hit Trump triumphant presidency, like being called in a nuclear blast of awesome. I told you it'd be huge, and it is. Oh, it's going so well. And again, I predict unlimited blessing falling on his head from the good Lord, right? That he got that and that he thanked God is so significant. They said there's somebody who could have been the Jewish Messiah had he only sang Shira, sang this Hallel, this special praise to God. And honestly, they should have instituted that. The rabbis around the world should have instituted a global, joyous prayer that we do on the pager operation, thanking God. If we did that, I think we'll be in a much better place right now. Right? I really do. But yes, this story saved me because I was like, what hell am I going to do a thumbnail on? I can't think of anything. Right. And then Heavy Metal Magazine is back. Oh, so Millie Gibson heavy metal cover. That's got to have a rocking Capaldi on it, right? I do hope they bring back the sexy. We can only hope. Yes. Heavy Metal Magazine is back. Will it be its normal sexy sci-fi self or a woke abomination? Stephen Moffat and all things Doctor Who. Star Trek 621. I watched this. You don't have that. We'll do a deep dive review of that tomorrow night. Oh, fuck me. Don't watch it, okay? I'm doing you a favor. Don't watch it. Darren Evans, how you doing, Darren? Thank you for joining us. What's we got here? That's me saying I'm on my way. Petey Richards here. How you doing? Paramount apparently is working on Top Gun 3 in Levendale due to what? Yeah, exactly. Again, the wrath of God, right? The wrath of God. Have I seen the chat music Snow White video? Let's have a quick look. Chat video Snow White. Let's see what this is. Doink. Okay, is this it? All right. 1 second. That'll be the first thing after the chat, okay? First thing after the chat, we will get to that. Thank you, D. Yeah, loads of people still transfer over. Also, did I hear the electric prices are going down in England because you had a big storm? 2017, the end of the darkest days is going to start getting lighter now. Thank God. Yay. Have you a plug-in mouse that powers from somewhere? I don't know. There's quicker to find the one from the other computer that I'm not using anyway. But Nebuchadnezzar connection, Nebuchadnezzar. No, they say they're pretty opposite. right? A standard erotic time test Darren M being a few minutes late is actually arriving very early, right? I mean, that's part of the charm of neurotic. Yeah, he's in Texas. He's still got that Californian, I'll get there when I get there. Apparently there must be a woke time. I don't know if he's a woke time, but and here's the thing. God, I gave him so many options to get out free. Right, I really did. Actually, that's the other thing that did me good about that. Like people saw me going, "I'm sorry, let's move on," and he wouldn't do it. Right, and then with one sentence, I destroyed his world, and I could have gone 3 and completely destroyed it. But the healing process feels good. Yes, it does. I do agree. Yeah, and I feel the healing across the whole world. I again gave it 2 stars. What we're talking about, section 31. Hell 613 is here. Hey, liked and follow. Oh, thank you very much, Hell 613. I'm a little bit unhealthy. 613. It was initially greenlit, meaning Kurtzman commissioned it on his own back to get his contract. I heard something like, it's shit. It's so shit. Right? Have you seen that all the memes of people of AFC apparently doing that I can't deal with that anymore. It's too stupid. It's too stupid. I really? I think that was it. Scott Jennings on CNN called somebody who brought that up was it a salute truther? That's the word he said. Oh, you're not a salute truther, are you? Okay, whatever. Yeah, a salute truther. Use that language, right? Ron Picardo, what twat, right? Fucking morons, sneaking into fan groups and getting political now. They're getting a backside attack. Yeah, it's over. It ended so quickly, right? It ended. I can't. It's how quickly it ended is beyond me. Right, it's really shocking. But thank God it is. Oh, awful, right? Absolutely awful. So let's start with the heavy metal story. I think we've got a few things to get to. Where is it? I think it's in Bleeding Cool. Yeah, here you go. I'm really stoked about this. I hope it's good. Man, I wish I could remember it. If anybody in chat can remember this, there was a super hot black and white, essentially softcore, as close to hardcore as you can get. Porn strip, sci-fi strip, black and white, as I said. I thought it was called Land, but I was wrong. I tried looking up. If anybody knows the name of that, it's like the main character had short hair, huge boobs, and was just gorgeous. Oh, God. And I can't find the name of that strip. It's really driving me crazy. So new heavy metal one launches on the 3rd of April, probably as part of their new April 25 solicits. That's interesting. Heavy metal magazines are launching into April 25 yet again. And I'm hoping this time it actually gets the print and everyone has been paid. They've raised bloody hell $776,000. That's a lot. That does suggest it will happen, right? These are lovely covers they got. Again, these are very heavy metal, which I like it, right? This is definitely feeling like it's heavy metal. Wonder if I must be able to get one somewhere. This is something I'll be interested in buying, right? It's yeah, I like they got weird sci-fi sexy covers. That's how it should be. Right? Yes, thank you. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. Fine. Okay, this looks very good. I always like the real genuine porn comics that they advertise in Heavy Metal magazine as well. I thought that I had no idea they existed. So just says what happened. Joining the previously announced selection of classic European titles and creators is Sergio Geisha's gorgeous revitalization of Gualde Kripax's seminal character Valentina. Okay, this new vision of the femme fatale, in which is fully authorized by the Kripax estate, was first published by Feltonelli Editions in 2024 and making its English language debut in a Pages of Heavy Metal 1. The original comics front, the previously announced Michael Cord from Hello Darkness in Bloom will be teaming up with Greek comics legend Ilias Korazis, okay, and featuring Letra, Simon Boland, and an all-new series entitled Milestone. This dark, twisted fantasy tale embraces heavy metal's bold, unrestricted style. Yeah, look, I like heavy metal. It's essentially a bit of a porny 2000 AD. It's 2000 AD with the wankability built in. 2000 AD. You know when they merged with other 2000 AD and Tornado, and then Tornado disappeared, right? 2000 AD and wankability. Wankability man joins with 2000 AD. This is heavy metal. What it comes up with, and what a wonderful. By the way, I have a few strips in heavy metal. You should Google Tzvi Lebetkin heavy metal. You'll find me. Unrestricted style, and is sure to excite readers with its potent storytelling and immersive world-building. I'm nearly ready to start trying to do comics with AI. All right, I'm like, it's really nearly there. I'm very excited about this. Says artist Ilias Korazis. This is what I want to do. Come on, be insane. Okay, this sounds very cool. Any pictures of anything? No, sadly not. Is there a link how to get it? It's published on. Oh, how do I get it? I mean, that's really. Well, let's see if I click this. Will it take me there? Can I still buy it through this? Let me see. Okay, I'm trying to see how much it is. $1. Oh no, okay, $15. Oh, excellent. Yeah, you can still buy it. I bet the shipping's a fortune over here, though. And you get to choose your cover. Oh man, I am tempted. All right, I am bloody tempted. Let's see if they got some of the interior art in it. It's got great history. We know. Sketch variant. That's okay. I like that you got a wide choice of covers. That's cool. All right. Okay. Fine. But do you have any interior art so we can see what's inside? Metal variant. I mean, like, I really $100. I would love to do something like this, but I can't put money like this. Oh, this is cool. Ready to paint collectibles. That's very, very cool. Stretch goal is they reached these. 8 more pages added. Now 200. That's very good. Every backer receives exclusive foam wallpaper and Zoom background downloads. Plus, every backer has 2 HM Digital Collection 2 stories from the archives. Oh, Digital Collection 1. That kind of makes it worth it in of itself. Okay, let's see how much shipping is to Israel. Select the country. Israel. Israel plus $36. Okay, so this whole thing is $51. I'm pretty tempted. I have to tell you, I am pretty tempted. Yeah, I mean, whatever versions they have, I'm pretty tempted. Everything's still available. And then you get the enamel pin set. It doesn't really do that for much for me. Hardcover edition. It doesn't really do that for much for me. What's this? Heavy metal tarot exclusive Nikos Tarian variant cover, first issue. Okay, no, I'm not really fine. You're not tempting with any of this. This is cool. I like the model collectible set, but no, I this is something I would probably go for if I was going to spend silly money. But I am definitely the $15 one, $30 shipping. I don't know. Sounds pretty darn good. Anyway, that's talking me into it, right? It does sound pretty darn good, doesn't it? Anyway, let's have a look. See if there's any Doctor Who news before we get the main things I want to get into. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. I mean, there probably isn't because nobody gives a shit about Doctor Who right now. No one's writing anything. But look at it. Clumpton declassified JFK files. I mean, that's just awesome. Sort by date. It was crap. Oh, Captain Jack still refuses to take accountability for actions. Yeah, we might read that actually. Look how women's roles have evolved in Doctor Who since the 60s. Well, we might look at that. Bit of bleeding cool action. I don't know. The real reason Doctor Who's Night Doctor acts like he's just regenerated in season 1's first episode. Oh, okay, fine. You got me there as well. These are all interesting things. Here we go. Okay, Doink. Yeah, fine, you taught me that. Every Doctor now I'm not interested. Matt Smith, regenerated paint. I don't know. Yeah, he's been talking about being cancelled. Look, you don't get over that stuff. It really is it's a kick in the balls, mate. It's a kick in the balls. Yeah. Oh, this is not Doctor Who stuff. Dear Josh charges against Doctor Who Blue Whistle on hospital for transing kids. Oh, really? What a new day looks like, right? There was a wonder. Heartstopper and Doctor Who star Yasmin Tiller in British. Look, I hate to tell you, it's over. Can't you hear it yet? It's over. Fine, okay. This person believes they're a woman. That's fine. Stop. I genuinely think that you're like cool. You're like courting delusion. I think it's really quite cynical. Yeah, it's look. I think the physical reality is a physical reality, right? Wow, this is weird. Star Beast, they're reviewing this now. This case came out ages ago. Well, that's true. There's Big Finish. There's really nothing happening at Big Finish. Here, let me show you what's going on at Big Finish right now. This is my experience with it, right? It always takes so long to, and I really want to be supportive, but man, they make it so hard. They really do. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, okay, but no. We've got about 3 days. Yeah, nothing's happening, right? Nothing. Let's have a look at down the tubes while waiting for Big Finish just opened up. All right, one sec. What's new? Just to give you a rough idea how things are playing. Okay, fine. Yeah, this has got an excruciating character in it. The so woke and can't stand, makes me vomit. Paternoster gang. They never really do much for me. I am tempted with. I do like this second Doctor. What's the name? Troughton. But it's not really enough. I don't really trust them. Eternity Club again. I don't really trust you. So I bought this and I can't get myself to listen to it. Right, I keep trying and I just can't get myself to listen to it. And I really want to, but I just can't do it. Stuff a Legend. Yeah, I don't know. Not interested. It's like, it's weird. Yeah, Future Doctor, fuck off. I got this as well, and I listened to the first part, but I just can't, just can't. I like Stephen Luna, right? But I just can't bring myself to listen to it. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's just so much Trump going on. It's been like filling up my head. I can't do anything else. No one's buying this. The Foreign Action Bureau. Are you crazy? And Zyklon Central. I mean, this must be going to be on BBC radio somehow. They paid for it, and they're also got the release of it, because there's no way anybody's buying that. So I just won't take a punt on this, right? Zygon Centric. I don't trust you not to be woke. You're woke in fucking everything all the time, and there's not enough. You don't have any trust with me anymore. And I'm sorry, and like for example, this is the Eighth Doctor's gay in this. Just leave me alone. It's going to be super woke, all right? You always said it's woke. Fugitive Doctor, please. How is that's like built-in woke? Come on. This they might have before the Third Doctor one. No. And it does no. Oh, by the way, we should really look at what's his name? Mid-Journey Doctor Who. That he's been doing some great stuff, right? He wanted to start Patreon and he got like some bad feedback. I really want to tell him to keep going with it. You know what he could do? As exclusive to Patreon people, only do Virgin New Adventure stuff there. Each month have another focus on Virgin New Adventures, or each week, or maybe each month, right? Or you go do 2 a month, something like that. And then, if you can build up an art book through that. That would actually sell very well, right? And then you put like you can have put the synopsis of the new adventure, and then you can have different bit. Like I would write my take on it, like my memories on it. Other people read it, how their personal memories on it. They would probably get me on this, the Tom Baker ones. Tom Baker, Leela, who's writing that? That's the question. But weirdly, these Peter Davison one, not doing anything. Alan Bars and Phil, all right, yeah, okay, fine, I trust. But those 2 names I trust, right? Paternoster again, not really interested. Well, I'm not getting an answer. This Hook just doesn't. It's like this epic story, but it's kind of like a modern day First Doctor story, like lengthy First Doctor story. Where they lose the TARDIS, they go off on their own little adventures for like eight episodes, or whatever. It sounds quite like, but it's just not hooking me at all. Planet Kenner, I don't trust you. Who's writing this? Jonathan Morris, Chris Chan. I just don't. There's not, the writers are okay, but not strong enough. I don't trust them. Right? Companion Chronicles. I mean, I would like to get $31 is too much. No, Missy, no. The last thing was it had something gay. It had like Captain John having sex with a TARDIS or something at the end of the last one. I'm like, fuck off, out, leave me alone. I can't imagine 6 Doctors won't be woke. It's a bit of empty year. 7 Doctor again. I'll be surprised if I like it. Thor's Doctor I will probably like. But I used to get everything. Oh, fuck off. This I already bought, and this range has been pretty good thus far, right? The last one was a bit of a duffer. River Song, no. V, leave it alone. All right. I also get this one, the Unbound one. That one sounds fun, where he's playing the Cushion Doctor. Not really. No. Call Me Master, no. October. I kind of fell out the War Master range. It just kind of got boring, right? Look, I have to see what they do. Like, right now, everything's a no, right? I really have to see what they'll do. Anyway, what was that? Let's have a look at over here. This one. The reason, okay. So my theory for the first episode of Doctor Who, the 2005 one, was that it takes place at several points in this Doctor's timeline, right? At first, he's just regenerated, right? And then when you see him again, it's like sometime later, right? This first scene says he's kind of manic and he doesn't seem like he's really there yet, right? But then he goes away and he comes back again. And he seems like he's much older at that point, right? I always thought the big finish should have, when they did the Night Stalker's range, firstly establish that the Rose takes place at the beginning and end of his life, right? It's the that firstly it takes place, beginning and the end of his life, essentially. Like he had a whole life in like the bit where he goes off in, or maybe like when he at first he says, "Do you want to come?" and she says, "No, I got to look after Mickey," right? And the TARDIS dematerialized, then it rematerialized. There's a huge gap you had there, right? There's a huge gap you had there, and then maybe you could. Okay, I'm now spitballing, but this is kind of fun. Imagine that he finds out when he's going to die, right? And he dies with Rose, right? And eventually, you could do on the last, you could do his final adventure sort of thing, where he decides to go back and pick up Rose, right? Because that he needs that in his life, right? He needs that change, and it's worth his death, even though he's walking into it. That would be a great cheese. Why can you do it anyway? So why? That's why I thought he test regenerated. Oh man, that was such a great idea. I've had so many great ideas for this Night Doctor race. You you really need to have him face off against the Daleks, which he's literally terrified of, right? And I thought a good way you could do it is he goes to a space station and it's like he puts himself inside the AI, the computer, like Matrix-like computer, see what's going on, and it's been taken over by a Dalek virus. Ergo, he's able to fight Daleks, right? Because there's a lot more inventive stuff they really could do and should do with his era, which sadly they're really not doing at all. Anyway, so the timeline really didn't make sense. Well, that's fair enough. I agree with that. But who wrote this book? Craig Elvey actually happens to be a real fan, in my opinion, right? I disagree with him in a lot of ways, and I don't understand how he liked the current era. But his stuff is actually quite on the ball. But later, Revelation fills the gaps perfectly. In 2005, the Doctor made its long-awaited return with Rose and formally introduced Christopher Eccleston in the latest and long line of Doctor Who actors. It's such a shame because Russell Davies' instincts in everything that time was 100% correct, right? His instincts this time are 100% incorrect. Right? They're like completely wrong. They're all completely wrong. At first glance, it appeared that the Doctor had only just regenerated when the modern show began. Well, it did look like that, right? He saw his ears, right? But inside Rose's as the modern show, inside Rose's home, Axie glimpses himself in the mirror and says, "Could have been worse. Look at me ears, right?" Yeah, exactly. The Doctor is assessing his own face as a common trope of after regeneration. Yes, and Nine's unfamiliarity with his appearance certainly given the impression his current body was relatively fresh. Doctor Who's anniversary celebrations in 2013 confirmed that Paul McGann's 8th Doctor regenerated into John Hurt's. Well, it didn't confirm it, told us, right? It confirmed from the previous episode. I didn't think you saw Christopher Eccleston's face as he regenerated. Apparently you do. Was unfamiliar with his appearance, given an impression. It turned into 8, and the War Doctor regenerated Eccleston following the... Okay, one sec. Let's pull up the clip. I'm not sure they're right. There we go to... Doink. I'm really not sure they're right on this one. There we go. The 9th Doctor. Oh, no, not 9th Doctor. So the 11th Doctor. Day of the Doctor. Where is it? Pandora Gomes. No. Dr. Widow and Walrus. No, it's over here. Day of the Doctor. Bingo. Right at the end, right? And again, I thought this cameo was magnificent. I love the ending. I really like Day of the Doctor. I like the Matt Smith era. It was pretty much spot on in my mind. Come on. Here. Okay, here. Did you see him in the last second? Is his beard fading away? It's hard to tell. It could be. I don't know. Doesn't look like it to me. No, it doesn't look like it at all. Like, I think this is an important thing to go very slowly over, don't you? Well, at least it's not Sylvester McCoy in a wig. Okay, folks, so no, you don't see. He could have. I hate to throw thing, but he could easily regenerate somebody else there. But no, at least we didn't see it. 5. Ring unclear where Rose was taking place immediately after. Yeah, okay, what the fuck was that, Rihanna? Were you paid by the word, you dumb cunt? What the hell? Oh, the Ninth Doctor isn't a new regeneration when season 1 Rose has taken place. Rose wasn't on the Ninth Doctor's first rodeo. Where Rose Tyler's visited Clive in Doctor Who's season 1 premiere, the in-universe Whovian showed up images of Doctor in various time periods. Could have been from his future, right? The Titanic's ill-fated voyage, the eruption of Krakatoa, the Kennedy assassination, all images depicted the Time Lord with Christopher Eccleston's likeness, suggesting that Ninth Doctor has experienced many... no! Why is that prior to Rose? He's a time traveller. That could happen in the future. And again, why isn't there a Big Finish story with him wearing the top hat on the Titanic? Or was it, I think that, and start at the start of the modern era, like, one could argue that 970 made a series of brief stops. But no, it happened later on in this timeline. How about that, fuckhead? Oh, fuck me, you're so stupid. And I can't believe I talked you up at the beginning of this. One could argue that 970 made a series of brief stops at crucial points in history, immediately after regenerating. You could do that. I mean, that also works. And finished Woodstock Tour in London 2005 for Rose, still very soon after regenerating from the War Doctor. The images of Clive show of Rose, however, have been a small handful of the Ninth Doctor adventures, ones based on Earth, where it had been captured photographs or sketch. Logically, there must have been... maybe it happened later on in his timeline. All right? Logically, there must have been other incursions on other planets. Always to prove the Doctor's present wasn't available. It simply isn't possible that Clive managed to document every single one of the Doctor's trips pre-season 1. Again, what's wrong with this happening in the timeline? Rossi later explained he had no intention via Dr. Magdalene confirming Clive's research was intended to signal the Ninth Doctor was not a brand new. He had no intention. Explain his intention via Dr. confirming that Clive's research intended that as a signal the Ninth Doctor was not a new, brand new incarnation. Davis also pointed to Nine's assured aura as rather so. No, he was very, very, he was, especially in Rose. I mean, look, it's his first episode. No wonder he was very unsure of himself. But he was very unsure of himself. Oh, no. Was his first episode he recorded the Slovene one? I think it might be, actually. Right. So why is he surprised by his own ears? Okay. Good question, right? Irrespective of the above, it's odd that he had the line judging his appearance during Rose timeline. Could have been worse. It sounds exactly like what the other Doctor said in the moment after regeneration. But Nine acted like he was beholding his ears for the very first time. Okay, exactly. It's certainly hard to imagine Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor, 2 seasons in suddenly noticing his eyebrows are quite angry. Yes. The confusion cleared up in the 50th anniversary celebration. Well, thank you very much. Albeit not on screen. In the novelization of Day of the Doctor. Okay. So, I know. I say your headcanon's better than this. But okay. We must give them off it. The War Doctor regenerated the Ninth Doctor, then smashed every mirror in the TARDIS, refusing to look at himself after the horrors he had committed during the Time War. Well, that's a good answer too. See, Stephen Moffat, fine. Okay, that was a good answer. My answer's the best, okay? And look, I'm not being egotistical. My answer is the best. It happened later on in the time, like, duh. But, what can you do? No one's listening to me. But this is a good one too. I think this is the second best one. I kind of like that actually. It's a bit overcomplicated. Okay, trouble is, did he do such terrible things? I can't remember. Everyone in the TARDIS refusing to look himself the horrors of the Time War. The implication then the Night Dog existed for some amount of time prior to Roe, but deliberately avoided looking himself for so maybe he went like a year like that, right? That could be, right? That could be. Did Roe Tyler heal the Doctor after? Yes, 100%. Was the explanation rather neatly resolved by any confusion, bar, or mystery regarding the Ninth Doctor's timeline? As the logical follow-up question is, why after the mirror-shattering antics at post-Time War? See, I like Stephen Moffat's take because you could, it doesn't have to. He could still be relatively newly regenerated, right? This could be the shtick he went to for a few weeks, even or a day. I don't know, but. Yeah. Okay. Fine. But it could be as long as you want in your head canon. But I still like my idea that like Rose takes place at several points in the Doctor's timeline, right? Maybe there's like 3 times he appears, right? He disappears. At the end, there's one. In the middle, there's one. So it could be 3 points in his life. And then when he disappears for the first time, right? At the end, and reappears here. Video file. 9th Doctor. Giant Rose. Towards the end, I believe. Here, this bit right here. Great bit of acting as well.
Anyway.
Is it always this dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I've got to go and find my mum, and someone's got to look after this stupid lamp.
It's probably one of his best moments. And this was from him not knowing what he's doing, right? What a great performance! It's up there with Pertwee at the end of the Green Death, isn't it? It was really good.
Okay. See you around.
So again, let's say he knows he's going to die with Rose, right? And he was like ready to accept it, and she blew him off. Said, "Really? That adds so much more meaning to that bit, that doesn't it?" All right, so it takes off. Oh, cool. Right, and now 200 years later on his timeline, he decides to come back and try again.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, I thought he came back already. Really? I thought he came back by now. There you go.
By the way, did I mention it also travels in time?
What's that Peter Richards saying? There's an extended version with Eccleston's overlay, but it didn't go. But they didn't go with it due to the issues with Eccleston. Okay, you sent me. Okay, so if I get it from Facebook Messenger. Hang on. Can't find it. Nothing there yet. Fine, you will send it to me. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no, he was a great Doctor. Okay, fine. That was an interesting little thing, though. Moffat's explanation, the logical follow-up goes, why after his mirror static article post-Time War, the Ninth Doctor happily joked about his appearance in the mirror during Rose. Again, my answer is everything. It takes place at different points during the timeline. Yeah, okay. Timeline is this. Oh, here we go. How do I download from Facebook Message? 1 second. Now I've got to find that out. Where am I up to? Facebook Messenger video download. Fine. So let's do this. Oh, no, forward. Actually, no, I have to look at a full screen, I think, don't I? And then, oh yeah, there's a download little tab. And it's just a still. Hang on, I don't want to hit. Hang on, if I. Oh, it's a still. Oh, I think that's exactly what we saw. Yeah, we grabbed the still. There you go. Yeah. I think that's literally exactly what we saw. Hang on. Share screen. Yeah, this does. I kind of see his eyes there. Yeah. I see what you mean. Hang on. Next is we go back to this. Okay, so again, I'm kind of glad I read that article. That was quite fun. Evidently, Dr. Healed enough to look after it. Evidently, Dr. Healed enough to look himself in the eye. What's it? I'm missing something. The doctor showed no trepidation or reticence about seeing himself for the first time since regenerating. Evidently, okay, an awesome Big Finish box set. Okay, an awesome Big Finish box set could be this. Disc 1. It's when he first leaves in Rose, right? And then many years later, right? You could do some kind of time lapse. Many years later, he decides to go back and continue, and or maybe many years later he goes on an adventure and finds out he's going to die with Rose, right? And so he goes back to visit her again. And then this 2 will be, I guess. So yeah, maybe this 2. Maybe this 2 something about him going to Rose. But this 3 is when he in between that there when he leaves at the end and comes back, right? And there's something they can certainly do there. Yeah, okay, fine. He was healed. Exactly. Rose and Dr. Betty knew each other at that point of their journey, but their connection and chemistry was immediate. That's true, even during their brief interactions together before the mirror scene. The doctor was visibly impressed with Rose's intellect and courage, complimenting her on deductive skills. And again, I think they could have done much more with this with Big Finish. They could have had him meet people that just weren't quite Rose, right? They could do 9, like a whole season. That's what they should. Oh, okay. Here's what they do: a 4-box set, interconnected season, weaving in and out of Rose, right? The life and times of the 9th Doctor, all right, or the death and life of the 9th Doctor, something like that. And I think really be a celebration of that era. Maybe revisit, see the Slitheen again. I don't know. So there's a lot you could do with that, right? There's a lot you could do with that, but make it like a 12-part story, right? And have it interconnected. I think that would be really good, right? Okay, but I think Chris Eccles got enough work now. Was it how the Doctors died? Old age? Did the first Doctor die of old age? I guess so. Time Lord punishment, right? Radiation poisoning. Fall from height. That's true. Spectral poisoning, right? The Rani banging his head on the TARDIS console, right? Unless you heard the Big Finish box set, the 6th Doctor last story, which was excellent. It was about how the Valiard had a plot to kill him, and he threw himself into this fate rather than that he threw himself in the fate of banging his head on the console to stop the Valiard taking over his body, essentially. So 7th Doctor died from surgery, being shot by the Triads. Come on, ship crash. I think Destiny more than that. And no, John Hurt, I think, didn't die of old age. He died of not being needed anymore. Right, I think that's why he regenerated, because he was very thankful not to be needed anymore. Right, he was really happy moving on. absorbing TARDIS energy, I think time energy, radiation, old age Matt Smith. Yeah, Matt Smith, old age. 12th Doctor, Cybermen. Well, and also, you know, I guess so, Cybermen, right? You got the whole, like, twice at one time. Quirix Beam, fuck off. Toy Maker, no, last two don't count, right? There are 12 regenerators. Leave us alone. Okay, that's it. 12 regenerators. Fine, that was actually an interesting article. Yeah, he's still pissed about being cancelled. I can understand. Look, again, I had the whole thing in my synagogue where I just shattered the myth I was cancelled over. Oh, that was kind of pleasant. I'm discussing every way that my Doctor and Torchwood family turned their back on me. They were always scum, right? I'm sorry. Your fans, the LGBTQI queer rainbow fans, are mainly scum. I'm sorry. And not to be confused with gay people. No. It's the rainbow queer alike. Oh, yeah, they're scum. They're everything opposite of what they pretend to be. 90% of the things they said to me were bullshit, and I'm under the impression that the person who started it all, the journalist who ran with it, and the online judge jury, they think they can say whatever, like, seems they have the privilege to ruin someone's life and career. And they did, viciously. I mean, like, out of nowhere. Right? I mean, it really was vicious. Oh, poor Jonathan Barrowman. I mean, really, I actually do feel bad for him. No one was offended. No one was upset. Yes. It was created by a source. It covered, it was crap. I ended up being good clickbait, and I lasted for 3 years. It's been devastating to the point I was blackballed. I can't even walk in the room for an audition or a meeting anymore. I'm sorry. I mean, like, you did have a bit of a meltdown about it as well. I mean, like, you shouldn't. I don't know. You were so visibly hurt by it. I mean, that really was a problem. That's why I decided to talk about it and lay bare on stage, because it's quite disgusting how people treated me. I have always been upfront and honest and talked about everything. And for people to take and manipulate it is disgusting. The truth comes out of my mouth. Only the truth comes out. I'm sure you like sometimes, but I think on this topic, yes, I agree with you. Right? But yeah, it's so awful when an honest man is defamed as being a liar, right? Because it's not easy being honest. That takes work. It really is awful. Yeah, if I was naked on set, it's because it was written in the script. No, you got your dick out for a laugh. And if I was wiggling it or being stupid to make myself feel comfortable, yeah, no, you got your dick out because you're bored. You're being fun. Because I'm standing there, stark bollock naked. And to be blunt, when I did that stuff, like one time you did that stuff, right? Everyone came down from the office to watch because they knew John Barron was naked on set. Well, I don't think you really minded that. I mean, that was really quite. Can we remind us of that scene? He played it very well. What was it? It's was it Bad Wolf? Or was it Boomtown? Was it? I'm gonna say no, it wasn't Boomtown. I think I'm gonna say Bad Wolf. It wasn't Long Game. Let's have a look. Because here we go. When's the first time they whip his clothes off? Is this it? Hang on. Maybe before. This was I forgot what a fun, silly script this was. And it really was fun and silly. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
A farm boy thing you've got going on. Just stand still and let the defabricator work its magic.
What's a defabricator? Okay, defabricator. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Am I naked in front of millions of viewers?
Absolutely.
Ladies, your your viewing figures just went up.
Again, that's when it was just fun. But come on, John. That's the only time you had to get your dick out on stage. Come on. You were just wagging your dick around to for a laugh in the TARDIS. I wouldn't do it now. I'll never do it now. Well, you learn your bloody lesson. It's different now. Now to have cool days to make everyone feel comfortable, including myself. I'll think about things more. Yeah, you're also older. Sometimes rather than going back to my trailer, I've decided to stay naked on set so we could do a scene quicker. Oh, don't do that. Put a robe on, mate. Can nobody... Okay, this is what happened. This is what you should need. Ricky Gervais needs to look after John Barrowman. Right? Ricky Gervais will be, no, don't do that. No. But put a robe on. John Barrowman needs Ricky Gervais, okay? Ricky, can you help him? I can't help him out now. I'll take on Barrowman's revelations. Barrowman will candid interview shed lights on the complexity addressing his past behavior. Whilst Patrol Captain brought queer representation in the Christmas Doctor Who, the Star now serves a cautionary tale about how filmmakers, actors, and production staff should conduct themselves. If there's one thing I can agree with him on, it's important for instance to be... Oh, fuck me. Oh, man. What a bug up that guy's arsehole. Oh, man. Fine. Now, we haven't done this Doctor Who magazine interview with Stephen Moffat. And I honestly, even though he's working with Shooty, I always think he's got something interesting to say. Right? Have we actually done? I don't think we have. Really? Yeah. Come on. Let's try again. By now, you would no doubt watched the Crusader Joyce. Yes, we have Time Hotel, Stephen Moffat, Heaven Sent. Yeah, Grumpy. We all like him, though. Okay, I like it. Everybody. He's certainly the fan favorite writer of the modern era. He is the modern era's Robert Holmes. I think that's a very fair statement, right? Go big, spend the money. Okay. So 20 years on from his first go, how does he approach writing each new Doctor Who script, especially when it's a big one, such as a Christmas special or a season finale? My philosophy is with this. I go with the right one. Is you always just go hell for leather on your first draft. He tells us, although I'm pretty good I'm pretty good on budget stuff. I know what we can do and what we can't do. I'm not very good as a designer or a producer. They're smart. Oh, you can totally see that with this era, right? The design on this era, I think, was the weakest aspect of Moffat's time, especially Matt Smith. I mean, he had the Teletubby Daleks, and it was a good idea, but it just didn't work. All right, it just didn't work. And Matt Smith's TARDIS, I think, was a bit of a failure. His second TARDIS was way better, but I didn't like his second costume. But I think Matt Smith's TARDIS, I think the second TARDIS, it was from more the 12th Doctor's TARDIS. But I think the first that first TARDIS, bit of a duffer. Even though, we had a lot of fun with it. My friends didn't go hell for leather, fine. So, and then they're smart on me, so I should push them as far as I can. So I'll tell them what it is they can't. So they will tell me what it is they can't do. There's nothing like setting a huge challenge. I used to do that a lot with Marcus Wilson, the producer from 2011 to 13. Can we do that? I'll climb up the wall with things like suggesting that he'd say, leave it at me, and with always expression, and then he'll come back and say, we can do those 4 things in that scene, but it has to be at a deserted restaurant, not a full restaurant. Okay, I understand, right? And Doctor Who, was it any worse for it being cheap? No, right? I don't know. Look, honestly, I think the biggest problem with this story was was Ncuti Gatwa. Ncuti Gatwa was just as shit at being Doctor Who. Right, Ncuti Gatwa can just be Ncuti Gatwa. Then the fat chip becomes a star, weirdly enough, and kills a mother. Okay, we need just have 1 alien rather than 4. We could do a giant spaceship. It would always be like that. So he teases us a couple of unrealized moments from Joy's world. There was stuff in the original draft, but there was a point in the original draft of the Christmas Invasion which they cut out. I'm really sad they did. Although I can understand why they did. They had a whole plot line about rebuilding Big Ben, right? They're just about to open up Big Ben, and you had this like pompous civil servant, Sir Hubert or something. I can't remember. Just as the new Big Ben has just been renovated, was about to open, the cigarettes fly in and they have all these wings that open up, and they open up a wing just as they're going to Big Ben, and boom, destroy it again. That would have been a good gag. Oh, and a bit of the masonry then falls on Sir Hubert and kills him. Right. In the rhythm after the Doctor got the rope from the pyramids in Egypt. There was a scene on a submarine. There was all manner of nonsense going on. Even without this, the episode's pre-title sequence alone is seriously impressive. Jumping from location to I can't even remember. I mean, that's really the problem. I can't even remember what the pre-title sequence was. What happened? Oh right, yeah. So cheese latte, cheese ham and cheese toasty and a latte, wasn't it? A pumpkin latte, stupid bloody whatever. Again, it would have been okay, but with a competent doctor, and that's really the bottom line. And it just like again, if you had Capaldi doing that. Like coming out as a pumpkin latte and ham and cheese toast. Like that would have been much better, right? What's that? Peter is just saying that Aaron Douglas, Chief Tyrrell from Battlestar Galactica, once accidentally smacked a sound man in the face with his tongue, but he wasn't cancelled for that. All that happened. Is that Jason almost rolled his eyes? By the way, have you ever seen? Let me see if I can find it. Portlandia. What's his name again? Edward J. Oldsmouth. One of the funniest sketches I've ever seen. Portlandia Edward J. Oldsmouth. Where they get into Battlestar Galactica so much that they bring in was it who was it Jason Edward Owens? Oh, here he comes. And they're gonna shoot more Battlestar Galactica. Let me find this sketch. It's so funny. We can't show the whole sketch. It's like 10 minutes long. We're just to the bit at the end where they're making their own Battlestar Galactica. Down over here. What should we do there?
This thing starts at 7:15. I just need to find my keys, and then we need to leave.
What is this thing we're going to anyway?
It's Sarah's birthday. We're going to Screen Door. You already knew that.
Don't we go to these things like every week, it seems?
Yeah.
Well, I really liked him as Uncle Fester in the Wednesday. I would watch a Addams Family like that.
Yeah, it's her birthday. She's my friend, okay? So just.
What is she, 9?
You know what? That's not funny. You're just being a baby.
Why don't we watch this Battlestar Galactica DVD I just got? Season 1. I heard really good things about it.
All right, we'll get to the joke in a second.
I mean, a woman that I volunteer with at the Humane Society is always like, this is such a great show.
Let's watch this.
Okay, listen. 1 episode, and then we go to dessert.
Okay, we'll definitely make it. Gotta be 40 minutes tops. This will be good. I heard really good things about it. It's not just regular science fiction. Actually,
this is again. If you didn't watch Battlestar Galactica at the time, this is exactly what it's like, right? This is exactly what it's like.
Good.
I love you.
Okay, episode 1. Wow.
Okay, it was good.
That's so well done.
Do we have time to watch one more, you think?
I think so.
So they just keep on watching it forever.
What?
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's amazing.
I just texted Sarah happy birthday, so that's done. I have to get up early for work, so let's get in our PJs, and then we'll watch one more.
Okay, one more. So good.
Anyway, they're fine, so they really get into it. Then he explains, I've never been in space. I'm not here.
There's even a saying. When you have nothing to lose, the only direction to go is forward. Because then, even if you have everything to lose, we can still move.
You said that.
Episode 6, season 2.
You gotta be careful. Psychologically. It's television.
Please, it means everything to us. I mean, she lost her job. We lost our lives watching the show.
I've never been in space. Ever.
So yeah, I just got derailed a little bit by that. I love that Battlestar Galactica. It was just like that. Oh, I could watch more. It was so addictive. Fine. So I like doing stuff like that, Miss Stephen. I like. I've done that a lot. Maybe it's going a bit cliche for me, so the fans might say, "Oh, he's doing that again." But I think in general, the audience will think, "Oh, I've got a big epic one." Yeah, you know, the Orient Express or the Everest, and then there's World War II, Fantastic Dinosaur later on, and a terrific Indiana Jones style shrine. So all tools there at the end. Well, it's a pretty big movie. Oh, where to go? Pretty big movie. Despite the frequent big movie moments, one of the most surprising effects sequences in the episode is the section of the Doctor is forced to live on Earth for a year. It was surprising about how boring it is, like how easily he does it. He's just a boring Doctor. Originally, it was very different. Anita barely featured in it. In fact, it was the only thing that was significantly changed from the first draft was the Doctor actually does for the year. I originally had him travel around the whole world. I mean, be doctory and do Doctor-like stuff. That's an idea. You know, who'd have thought? No, I'll just stay at a hotel with a woman who I then get a job in a future hotel. There was no extra sequence where the Doctor gets room service tray because you can't access the upper floors without a proper pass. He tells us, and the Doctor says, "Oh, give me a tray. The one thought in all security is convenient." And he pushes the tray against the panel, and the lift door opens, and you can always factor in human laziness. Again, all this would have worked if it wasn't shooting outward. I mean, I really firmly believe that. So we established the ideas that trays open doors, and the Doctor uses a tray to get into various rooms. There weren't two Doctors then. I mean, it was better, right? That in this version, that whole sequence doesn't happen. Joy just walked out and deactivates the room, leaving the Doctor trapped with no means of getting back. The only thing he can do is try and find another hotel door. He spends a year flying around the world, going to various hotels. You see him in Japan, you see him in New York, in all places. He's constantly trying, but he always just misses it. This is so much better! This is so much better! Oh, did Rusty Davis get to it? This is so much better than what you did! Oh my God! It's so much better. And what, you're telling me, like, different hotels are hard to find? Fuck off! Oh, you can't make a set for 3 different hotels. Fuck off! They're all basically the same. You could actually riff on that. Use the same set and slightly redress it, and it's the same because hotels are the same everywhere. It's so much better. He nearly makes it once, but the door gets turned off. The Doctor goes around the world. He caught him accommodated in a school playground in Japan. A year later, he's traveling he's telling the story to some kids. He continues, Stephen. He's saying, "So I can't open the door unless somebody opens it from the other side, and there's nothing I can do." And the little guy says to him, "Why don't you use your tray?" So he flies back to the Sandringham Hotel and asks Anita, "That tray is still there?" And she finds it, and he uses it, open the door, and he's directly behind Joy, and just carries on the conversation. God, that would have been so much better. That would have been so much better. Oh, it's actually painful. Oh, hey, this was once nearly a competent, fun episode. But we put a girding schmuck in it, a star in it, and made him look as not doctor as humanly bloody possible. Oh, it's so frustrating. It genuinely is. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. We would have done this, by the way, on Thursday if I hadn't been forced into unconsciousness by reading about Star Trek Section 31. Oh, man, that shit. But I like the idea of the Doctor missing a ear because he'd miss the obvious. It's exactly the sort of thing the Doctor wouldn't notice, but a child would tell him. Yeah, that's going to see. Moffat understands Doctor Who. And even though he's waiting for this shit incarnation, I think he understands Doctor Who. That being said, I really didn't like Boom at all. Right? I was like, what the fuck is that? Right. I like the script, the idea of scripts changing, saying, but why does Stephen rethink the situation? The sheer number of hotel rooms we would need to create, he admits. We couldn't create that many places for him to go around the world. Again, you should have used the same set and reshoot it and make a joke out of it. They said to me, we can't do the around the world thing. What else have you got? I don't know. You should have done the around the world thing. Again, use the same set and redress it and take the piss out of it. What if we just stays in London and gets various odd jobs at various locations? Right? Okay, it's nice as shit now. Can we make it a little shitter? Yeah, let's just have one location. Right? So then I wrote a version where he's a barista, he's worked in a toy shop, but unfortunately we still couldn't do it. So we couldn't fit the number of locations into the schedule. Okay, Stephen, it should have been the same set redressed. Quickly redressed. God, I can't even imagine Shooty Gatwood being my Doctor Who barista. That would be awful. It would have taken more than half of the schedule. It's a bit disparaging, despairing at the time. I said, what if he comes to handyman and does odd jobs around the hotel? The compromise opened up a different opportunity for this story. Yeah, I suddenly realized that he could have had a relationship with Anita, and he becomes one of Anita's best friends. So I was very, very happy. Yeah, but it just made it more sad and empty. Sadly enough, I'm very, very happy with that, how the sequence by the end, because it became about the Doctor forming a connection with someone. I mean, yeah, fair enough, but he should have been more railing at it. I mean, again, he was so boring. I mean, I don't understand. I would have cut the dinosaur for it. And the dinosaur looked expensive. I'll agree with you. It was more aligned with the idea of Dr. being murdered and realizing he doesn't form relationships very easily, and they should spend time talking to people. Well, the whole point of this Doctor is he's supposed to be really open and easy to talk to. The Doctor and Anita don't have adventures together. They have chair night, or they just talk to each other. So I went through a trial and came out the other way and really liked it. I think he's looking at more advice in closing time, the caretaker where he works and the caretaker where he works in school. But those episodes, he had a mystery to solve. Points out Stephen. He's got a mission, and he's got a mission and the power of three. It's when he decides to stay with the Ponds, he can't bear it. He gets through an afternoon and then he runs off because he can't bear it. But by this time, all he can do is sit and work for a hotel for a year. I think the first time. We see it. First time we quite see him do that. Yeah, because it's the first time we see him do it, because that's not what the Doctor would do. He'll put himself in some kind of, temporal trance for the year, or something. I don't know. Oh, come back. Possible plan when the Doctor is separated from TARDIS, he's facing possibly having a mortgage, but I don't think he'll ever really do that. I mean, he probably has a home in England, London, anyway. I don't think he would ever do it if he still had a way out. We had long discussions actually about how about the honeymoon couple scene where Russell D. Davis was quite keen on cutting it at one point, and I wanted it in. I said, I don't believe it unless he's trying. I don't believe it unless he's trying. What's it mean, interested in trying? I said, I don't believe it unless he's trying as much as he's liking his life in the hotel and adoring Anita. He's still rattling the door, trying to find a way out. I think it's quite fundamental to his nature. I thought the scene was a nice little joke, but he also tells us he hasn't given up. Oh, I don't remember the scene. Okay, hasn't given up. I could not believe that he'll just sit on his heels. What's about Vinegard? Reintroduced Vinegard as a corporate of evil. Maybe they should have BBC as a corporation. So how long has he planned the 20-year arc? It's a rather slight arc, he laughs. It was really only mentioned for a joke about bananas. And then the Doctor is blown up by the Doctor says he blown it up, so he's already dealt with the Vinegard years ago. Peter Capaldi said he goes to the ruins of Vinegard in twice upon a time. I forgot that. Very briefly to find that Dalek. Goes to the ruins of Vinegard. Oh, Vinegard twice upon a time. Very briefly to find that. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. And then, of course, there was a landmine in Boom. So I was thinking, who could this be behind this? Vinegard is young. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, it was on your mind, right? Although Stephen was a guest executive producer for the episode, yes, he was for Boom. He admits that he was sadly unable to be on set while they filmed it. Unable to be on set while it was being filmed in the autumn of 2023. The first time I can ever say in one of my Doctor Who episodes, I was not there for a single frame of it, and it shows, mate. And it shows. You would say, shoot is shocking much. You see him. I don't know, because my life is always having two things to do at the same time. I either have nothing to do, or I have two things like Sherlock or Doctor Who. QDF, blah, blah, blah. The two highlights of my career, without a doubt, happened right exactly simultaneously. That's well, maybe I hope the highlights still to come. I could have had twice as much of joy and the fun if they had did it one after the other. That's true. Joy the World started filming exactly the same day that Douglas's Council started, and I actually had to prize the read-throughs apart and say I can't do two read-throughs at once. I'm sure you can't. That must have been tough. Again, I think this is shooting Atlas Doctor really at its best, right? They really should have just leaned into that. Yeah, how long this is harder? We're nearly done. Oh man, another 3 pages. Oy vey. You know what? Fine. I can't. It's like it's okay, but we'll finish this tomorrow night. Right? Yeah. I mean, I'm always interested what he has to say. Funnily enough, today I was reading Doctor Who magazine from must be 2010. Right, and it was it was an interview with with Stephen Moffat, but just before his first Matt Smith season had gone out, and so it was really fascinating juxtaposing the two, and he was like teasing what's going to come and that sort of thing. It's an interesting balance, right? But he's pretty much staffing the same person. Yeah, I'm just running out. So I'm on Dan's channel in just over an hour, right? Just over an hour. I got to finish watching stuff. Fucking 31. Fuck me, section. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, I just realized I got to finish watching Star Trek section 31. You can see how excited I am. I've got 40 minutes of fucker to go. Fuck, cunt, fuck, shit. This is the way we rabbis deal with disappointment. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back tomorrow night. What's on the thumbnail? I don't know. We'll have to find something. I mean, obviously, we're going to do a deep dive into Star Trek section 31. I don't know what else we'll be doing, right? I don't know what to do. All I know is stay clear, baby, stay clear. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again and say good night, good luck.